sequences of transformations. So we're still talking about transformations that leave us with a figure that is congruent to the original figure. Same size, same shape. We're moving things around the coordinate plane, but now we're going to look at transformations where we do more than one transformation to a figure and see what happens to it after multiple transformations. We call that a sequence, or you could call it a series of transformations, one right after the other. So the vertices of a rectangle are negative 3, 3, 1, negative 3, 1, negative 5, negative 3, negative 5. Rotate the rectangle 90 degrees clockwise about the origin, and then reflect it in the y-axis. What are the coordinates of the image? So we start with our original image, our original figure down here, and then we start with a 90 degrees clockwise rotation about the origin. So this goes clockwise about the origin, 90 degrees. Remember, we have that 90-degree angle between our original point and our image and the origin, which in this case is the center of rotation. So we have 90 degrees, a 90-degree rotation. So we end up with this figure here. This is our first image. And notice that all the points are labeled with that little apostrophe, so A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. Next, we need to do the second transformation, which is to reflect it in the y-axis. So we're going to start with our new image that we have. We're forgetting about the first one. We're going to start with the new image, and we're going to reflect it over the y-axis. So it ends up over here on the right side of the y-axis. Notice how I've labeled each of my points. There's two little apostrophes, little hashtags, so it's A prime prime, B prime prime, C prime prime, D prime prime. Notice that the figures are all congruent to each other. They're the same figure. So what are the coordinates of our new image? A prime prime is 3, 3. B prime prime is 3, negative 1. C prime prime is 5, negative 1. And D prime prime is 5, 3. So listing those coordinates. So we're not doing anything new here. We're just kind of putting one on top of each other. There's a chain of transformations. All right, let's take a look at this one where they've made a series of transformations, a sequence of transformations, and want us to figure out how we could have come up with that new image. So the red figure is congruent to the blue figure, so we know what kind of transformations we're doing. Describe a sequence of transformations in which the blue figure is the image of the red figure. So the blue figure is the image. We're starting with the red. So we want to know, what can we do to this red figure to end up with this blue figure? So one possible is that we have a 90-degree clockwise rotation. So that 90 degree will bring my shape down here, below the x-axis. And then we could have translated this 4 units to the left. So if I take that shape and I move it 4 to the left, I would end up right here where this blue figure is. Okay, so we have to kind of imagine what could we have done to start at the red and come up with the blue. And frequently when you look at a sequence of transformations and are trying to figure out what could have been done, there's more than one possibility, but you should come up with more than one transformation to get to your image from that point.